Welcome, fantabulous souls, to Psychically Speaking. I'm your host, Psychic Lisa Ann, and I'm thrilled to have you here. In this podcast, we'll delve into everything related to body, mind, and spirit. As a professional psychic medium and healer with over 28 years of experience, I'm excited to share my knowledge and my experiences with you. Together, we'll embark on a transformative journey of sharing, learning, and personal growth. Whether you're just starting on your spiritual path, consider yourself an old soul, an empath, or a seasoned professional, Psychically Speaking has something special just for you. So join me as we explore the wonders of life, heal ourselves, expand our knowledge, and grow together. Let's dive right in. I cannot believe that this is the last podcast of 2023. I want to start by thanking you all from the bottom of my heart for just making this a wonderful year. So many of you have reached out to me to tell me how much this podcast has helped you in your everyday life and to give me some wonderful feedback, and I cannot thank you all enough for that. I also greatly appreciate all of you who have shared this podcast with friends and family and coworkers and really helped to build the podcast and share it with even a larger audience. I have some really big plans for the podcast in 2024 that I know you are going to love, but I just hope you know how much I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And as we get ready to say goodbye to 2023 and hello to 2024, I thought this was a great time to discuss 9 ways that the universe sends us signs. I'm going to use the word universe throughout today's podcast. You insert whatever you feel comfortable with. Universe, God, Goddess, Buddha, whatever you're comfortable with. Now, signs from the universe refers to meaningful messages, symbols, or occurrences in life that are believed to carry guidance, insight, or messages from a higher power. These signs are often considered significant or synchronistic. They appear in various forms such as coincidences, repeated numbers, intuitive feelings, dreams, encounters, or even patterns in nature. People interpret these signs as cues, as guidance or affirmations, believing they offer direction, support, or confirmation of being on the right path in life. The interpretation of these signs can vary widely based on individual belief, spirituality, and personal experiences. Now, recognizing and interpreting signs from the universe holds immense value, as it really can help us to navigate life's journey with greater clarity and purpose. Acknowledging these signs, it allows us to tap into a deeper understanding of our experiences and our surroundings. It offers us guidance when making decisions or facing challenges. By paying attention to these messages, we might uncover hidden opportunities, gain insight into our personal growth, and feel a stronger connection to the world around us. Interpreting these signs enables us to make more informed choices, to trust our intuition, and feel reassured on our chosen path, fostering a sense of alignment with the greater flow of life. Ultimately, embracing and understanding these signs empowers us to lead more authentic, fulfilling lives, while feeling supported by something larger than ourselves. Now, sign number 1 I want to talk about is synchronicities. Sometimes things happen at the same time for a special reason. Like, have you ever thought about a friend and then they call you out of the blue? This happens to me all the time. Or you'll be thinking about a song and it comes on the radio, or you're thinking about a movie and then the next thing you see an advertisement for it. So this is one of the ways that the universe just tries to get your attention by sending you a sign. 2 is intuition and gut feelings. That's that feeling inside of you that really can help you to make decisions. It's that feeling of just knowing something without real evidence. Now, I always tell people your intuition is that first thought. It's not even a full second. It's when someone says something to you, that first reaction that you feel, that's your gut instinct. That's your intuition. Everything that comes after that, that's that annoying little analytical mind just jumbling everything all together. So it does take a little practice to learn how to trust your intuition or your gut feeling. Next, dreams and symbols. Now, when you dream, your dreams might have a secret message or things that mean something important. Now, for me, I feel like there's several different kinds of dreams, but for this purpose, I just want to focus on 2 different types of dreams. There's your dreams where sometimes your subconscious is trying to work through something. It's problem solving for you. And then the other dreams can be messages. So they're 2 different things. Now, it's interesting because a lot of times people tell me, oh, I don't dream. It's actually a fact that everybody has several dreams a night. So you can actually do specific exercises to teach yourself how to remember your dreams. The best way is by writing your dreams down. Keeping a notebook by your bed. I've even had clients who have set their alarm clock in the middle of the night to interrupt their sleep so that they'll wake up and remember their dream. Or I've had clients who drink a lot of water before bed, so they'll have to get up to go to the bathroom. It's just a matter of interrupting that dream so you wake up and you remember it rather than, and I wouldn't recommend doing that every night because you need your sleep, but it's just a way to kind of interrupt the pattern so you're not waiting until you wake up in the morning and going, oh, I had this really interesting dream, but I have no idea what it was. Now, writing down your dream and kind of journaling the dreams and looking for the themes and the symbols in the dream is very good. And I'm going to say something that always gets me in trouble. If you want to really start doing dream interpretation, put down the dream interpretation books. Start journaling your dreams, start writing down the symbols and the significance of the dreams, but ask yourself, what do those symbols mean to you? You know, if I'm dreaming of a bear or I'm dreaming of a pair of scissors, if I look that up in a dream interpretation, that's a general interpretation, or that's the person that wrote the dream book. That's what it symbolizes for them. But maybe for me, the bear has a very special significance, or maybe there's a story about a scissor that's significant to me. So I always tell people, before you grab that dream interpretation book, trust your own gut feeling and intuition. Look at the symbols, look at the repeat patterns, and ask yourself, what do those things mean to you? Now, number 4, a lot of times we get messages in nature from animals. This is a big one for me. For instance, seeing a certain type of bird might mean good luck. I remember years ago, I had this huge bumblebee that was just hanging outside my door. And it was very entertaining because I had a desk that was right in front of a window. And when I was sitting at the window, the bee would be outside the window, like eye level with me the entire time. When I would walk to the door, much to the dismay of my clients, I would open the door to let the client in and the bee would fly over to the door, and it was like freaking people out. But the bee was there for days and days and days. And finally one day I thought, this is so weird. I'm going to just look up the significance of the bee. And it was so dead on to what was going on in my life. So ever since then, whenever I have a pattern of seeing a certain animal around me, or a weird thing is happening, a couple of days ago, a client came in and said, is your pet rabbit outside? And we were at the shop. And my assistant and I look at each other, we're like, our pet rabbit? We don't have a pet rabbit. She goes, oh, because there's a rabbit trying to get into your door of my business. So of course, I went home and looked up the rabbit, right? So whenever there's just an odd interaction with an animal, or I'm seeing an animal at a place where I shouldn't see it, or there's, 90 dragonflies flying around, I will go ahead and look that up and see what the significance is. Now, number 5, ironically, is about numerology and angel numbers. And I love, love, love numbers. Numbers also have messages. And like seeing the same number over and over again might mean something. Seeing those patterns in numbers can be significant. Now, I'm laughing about number 5 being numerology because years ago, I was going through a very difficult time in my life, and I was out and about running errands one day, and everywhere I went was the number 5. I bought something in a store and it was $5.50. I went to the next store, my change was 55 cents. I went to the next store and it was like $5 even with the tax, which never happens. I got in the car and the car in front of me, the license plate was like 5555. I was honestly so freaked out that I drove right to the bookstore and bought a book on numerology. Opened it up to find out the number 5 was about change, which was so dead on, again, for what was going on in my life. So animals and numbers, I always pay attention to. And I think it's really funny because the whole reason I got involved in the psychic medium work was after my grandmother had passed away. And my grandmother was very into numbers. She was always playing numbers. She would always, if you said, oh, I have this thing to do, she would always say, what date is that? Oh, that's not a good day. I remember when I was getting married, she was like, what day is that? Nope. She made me change my wedding date because she didn't like the number. So I must get part of that from her. But really, start paying attention to numbers and the patterns of numbers. Now, number 6, serendipitous encounters. This is just sometimes you meet someone unexpectedly and it turns out to be so important or helpful in your life. I cannot tell you how many times this has happened to me when I'm trying to go in a direction or I'm working in a project or I have like questions about things and someone will just appear in my life who can just assist me in whatever I'm doing. And then just as quickly as they appear, they just disappear, right? I never think that that is just a random coincidence. I really do think those things are serendipitous encounters. And a lot of times people are so busy looking for messages that they forget that a lot of times the signs, the messages come from other people. Number 7, repeating patterns and cycles. This is a huge one. When things keep happening in a similar way, it can be a sign for us to learn something or change something. You know that saying, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? Is crazy. Repeating patterns and cycles, when you keep trying to go in that direction over and over and over and over again, sometimes that's a sign that maybe we need to look in a different direction. Or maybe it's a sign showing us that there's something that we need to let go of, or there's something that we need to learn from the experience. 8, another one of my favorites, manifestation and law of attraction. So a lot of people think manifestation is just like wishing really hard for something and then believing it will happen. And, we've all heard of the law of attraction. What we think about is what we attract, right? But I think the big piece of this puzzle is in order to manifest, you have to be willing to take action, right? So we focus on what we want. And because of that law of attraction, like attracts like, but we have to take action. So when we're manifesting and we're thinking about something and we're wishing really hard for it, and we have these people that are coming into our lives, that law of attraction, we can't just stop there and just sit there and go, oh, okay, I think this is working. That's just a sign that you're on the right track. So don't forget to take the action. Always have the follow through. And the 9 is divine timing and universal alignment. Things happening in just the right time. It's like when the universe is just making everything fit perfectly. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't like this one, quite frankly. I have a really hard time with this because in Lisa Ann world, when I'm working on something, I always want it yesterday. So I have to constantly remind myself that my vision may be right on the money, but my timing might not be in alignment with divine timing. I see this a lot when I do readings for clients. So let's use an example of, maybe someone is looking for a new job, right? And they'll say to me, Lisa Ann, I don't know what I am doing wrong. I have gone on, 29 job interviews and I just cannot find a job. Well, what if there's nothing that you're doing wrong? What if it's all about the divine timing? What if the job that you're meant to have is simply not available at the moment? What if the job that you are going to be taking, the person that currently has it hasn't left yet, right? So this is where that manifesting, law of attraction, taking action, and also understanding divine timing. So just because it's not falling into place in the exact moment that you want it doesn't mean that you're going in the wrong direction. It's a sign that the divine timing, the universal alignment may be off. I have to tell you, the whole reason I decided to do the signs today, I had a client come for a session today. And when she came in, she said, oh, I have to show you something. I'm very into signs, and I was walking out of a store and I looked down and this was at my feet, and she handed me a memorial card, and on the back of the card was a specific saint. So I thought it was just amazing. It almost looked like a Blessed Mother, and I'm very into the Blessed Mother. So it kind of caught my attention. So we did the session, and after I was waiting for her to come out of the bathroom, and I took a minute to quick look up the meaning of the saint. And it was absolutely mind-blowing because what the saint is well known for is exactly what the client is trying, a direction the client is trying to move in. So the saint was well known for creating a school for something. And the client is trying to create something where she can teach people a skill and they can come and learn. And it was so insane how aligned that saint was with the direction she was going in. And I was joking with her because I said to her, if you don't think this is a sign, I can't help you. Like, this is insane how on the money this is. And the chances of walking out of the store at that moment, looking down, seeing it, bending it down, picking it up, having the session today, this is what I'm talking about with signs. So the universe sends us signs in special ways to help us. Now, here's a quick reminder of some of the signs that we just discussed. Sometimes things happening at the same time for a reason, right? The synchronicities. Or we also have a feeling inside of us that helps us decide something, our intuition or our gut instinct. Remember the dreams that might have a secret message. And nature, like animals that can tell us things. Don't forget about the numbers, that they can have meaning too in numerology. Meeting someone unexpectedly might turn out to be something very important in your life or lead you in a new direction. Those serendipitous encounters. Things might happen again and again, showing us some repeating patterns. Remember wishing for something very hard and believing it will happen, that manifestation, but don't forget about the signs of the right time, that divine timing. And remember, these signs are like messages from the universe, but it's really important to keep an open mind and to pay attention to them. People tell me all the time, oh, I never get signs. Everyone around me gets signs, but I never get signs. I'm here to tell you, we all get signs. It's just a matter of learning how to pay attention to them. And remember that these signs can help us to understand life better, and they can help us to make good choices. So try to understand and use these signs in your own life, because they might just guide you to something great. Thank you once again for joining me on this incredible journey. If you found this podcast enjoyable, I kindly ask you to share it with a friend and make sure to hit that subscribe button. To discover more about joining my free weekly live happy hour, explore my work, or visit my Body, Mind, Spirit spa and gift shop in the enchanting historic downtown Southern Pines, North Carolina, simply head over to spiritquestnc.com. And always remember, life isn't always rainbows and butterflies, but every single day, you have the power to choose to be fantabulous. Embrace that power and let your inner light shine bright. Until we meet again, stay empowered and keep embracing the magic of life.